TRAINZ? And Detroit. What's better than hanging with some friends and running some trains? That's what I did this past weekend, and it was an amazing time. Hey guys, Sid from Sid's Trains here, and today we're going to be recapping my trip I took this past weekend to Detroit. Jason from Jason's Ogie's Trains invited myself, Chris from Chris's Trains and Things, and our friend RJ up to Detroit for a weekend of fun, traveling around Detroit, running trains, seeing layouts, and of course hanging out together. And I can't thank him enough for organizing it, and I can't thank both him and Shelby, his girlfriend, for allowing us to hang and sleep at their house, because it's just amazing. It was so much fun hanging out with them and just chilling up in Detroit. So I can't thank them both enough for making this possible. But the trip overall was a ton of fun. We got to see some amazing layouts, amazing collections, and of course people. This hobby isn't always about the trains. Sure, we like to go run trains and see awesome collections and layouts, but it's always about the people as well. There are some amazing people in the Detroit area, and of course the Detroit three-railers. We also got to go to some hobby shops with amazing people there as well, and I'll be talking about that all throughout this video, and of course showing you the running sessions we had, the amazing collections, and stuff like that. But overall, the trip was just a lot of fun, and I can't thank Jason, Shelby, and of course Chris and RJ for all just being amazing people, and everyone else who I got to meet and talk with. Everyone was amazing, and I just can't thank them all enough. But just starting out, on the first day, we went to none other than Norm Charbonneau's layout. Norm's layout and collection is phenomenal. The scenery is outstanding. His collection all has a weathered look to it because he's weathered everything. It looks amazing. Also has the KD couplers on everything. His layout is very simplistic, but all the scenery and the design of all of it is just phenomenal. I'm very happy that Norm was able to squeeze us in on that first day and allow us to see his amazing layout and collection. I can't thank you enough, Norm, for allowing us over. From there, we went to Stockyard Express in Oberlin, Ohio. I've been to Stockyard Express before. I actually went there last summer on a different trip to Jason's, but we went there again. The store was closed to the public, but the store owner was nice enough to open up for us and let us see the store. And of course, we bought some stuff. I didn't really expect to go in there buying much. I was expecting maybe a piece of rolling stock or something. But I actually walked in and found an engine that I was really interested in. It's actually this right here. This is a Lionel Legacy Lackawanna Mogul. It's a small little legacy steam engine, and I saw it sitting there on the floor in its box, and it just intrigued me because this is from a couple years ago, and it actually came from a run of engines that sometimes had issues, but they let me put it on the test track and run it back and forth, and it pretty much has no issues. Sounds great, runs great, it's awesome. I can't thank them enough for giving me a great deal on it, and I'm really happy I bought it. And like the SD40 behind me, I'll be keeping this for as long as I can, hopefully forever, to remember this trip, because this is one way I can remember all the amazing times that we had on this trip. But RJ and Chris and Jason all also got trains at Stockyard Express. We had a really good time there talking with the store owner Clyde and just having a great time. From there, we went to the Detroit three-railer Clubhouse layout. They have two layouts in an office space, one standard gauge, one O gauge. Very simple modular layouts with loops of track, just so you can run trains, talk with a lot of amazing people, and just have a good time. I'm very happy we stopped by there because there's a ton of amazing people there. I was very happy to meet John Crowley, who is on YouTube and has some amazing videos of his old layout. And then Charlie Stoya, it was very cool to meet him. And just overall had an amazing time talking with the Detroit Three Railers and just hanging out. Again, it's about people lots of the time. These are experiences, getting to talk with different kinds of people, seeing their collections, and just overall, it's all about fun. That's what this whole hobby is about, is just having fun. I'm very happy we stopped by there. And then to wrap up our day, we went back to Jason's house, ran some trains, chilled out by the TV, and just had a really nice evening. And that was the end of our first day. And then on the second day, we started out by going to the Lamberts. Dave and Don Lambert have an amazing layout. They are both engineers and are designing this very cool Altoona, Pennsylvania-based layout. They have designed the Altoona Works facilities around their turntable with tons of custom work. They are really going as far as possible to make a very accurate Altoona Works, and building the sheds, more like the front of the sheds there. And of course their turntable has this really cool concrete base around it. They're really going all the way to make it as realistic as possible, which makes it awesome. And they're going to be automating some of the layout, and there's of course amazing scenery. And I was just intrigued because I'm in school for electrical engineering, and it was cool talking with them because most layouts are put together just very basic designs. Like my layout's just basic loop running, which theirs was too, but they had really good intentions. They knew what they wanted, and they decided, let's engineer this as much as possible so it can be the greatest thing out there. And that's really what intrigued me about it, is that it's just engineered to be the best thing it can be, which is really cool. And of course meeting them again was amazing. I did a video for Dave on the Boeing fuselage car. He designed that and built that, and I did a video of it here on the layout. And of course, getting to meet him in person again. I had met him at some other meetups, but of course just getting to meet them again was an amazing experience. But from there, we then went to a couple hobby shops, and then we went to the Browning's layout. Greg Browning and Trainman Dan, or Daniel Browning, both have this awesome layout in their basement. It's a layout that goes through 2 rooms with a little hole in the wall, and they have a phenomenal collection displayed on awesome cases. They have these cases with lighting in them that show off the trains, and they display them very nicely. They have top-notch pieces. Everything is high-end, everything is kept in great condition. And it was really cool to see their really awesome layout with their turntable scene, a nice town scene, and the other room had what I call Dan's money shot. He always has this really cool shot of trains running through the room past this passenger station, which I think is awesome. And I got a shot of the trains running by there. And then they also have a little city scene in the back. But the coolest thing that we did while we were there was Greg grabbed all the big articulated high-end engines that he could and created a 6-engine lash-up. It included the Vision Line Big Boy, 2 Vision Line Challengers, a Union Pacific H7, a AC9, and a cab forward. And all of that together made for this awesome, like, excursion-looking train. There were all these huge engines. When you did the wheel slip feature, it got really loud. The whistles were loud. It was just really cool to see all these big articulated engines running together on this layout, pulling all these Union Pacific passenger cars. And all together, it was just a lot of fun watching that run around. And we just had a good time hanging out with the Brownings. And I can't thank them enough for having us over, letting us see the collection, and of course the layout. And just talking with them was amazing. And then from there, we wrapped up our day by hanging out at Jason's house again. We ran some trains, watched some videos on the TV. Rich Batista, we watched some of his old Black Diamond Railroad videos that night, and we just had a great time. And that's really just the best way to describe this trip. It was just an awesome experience. We had a lot of fun, got to hang out. Like, we all live kind of far apart from each other. And it's these small weekend trips, or trips like York, that make it worth being part of this hobby. We get to see each other, get to talk in person, and then we get to document our experiences here on YouTube. And it's just been a lot of fun. doing this, and of course there will be more in the future, but this one definitely meant a lot to me personally because it was just a lot of fun hanging out with my great friends and meeting all of these amazing people. So I can't thank everyone enough for making this trip possible. Jason and Shelby, thank you for having us over at your house, and anyone else who made this trip possible and all the experiences, thank you all. But enough of me talking. You guys probably want to see the trains running around on these awesome layouts and these awesome collections. So let's go see the trains running around. But as always, like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, comment below, and tell others about the channel. I'm Sid, and I'll see you next time, guys. Enjoy the trains running.